Coming up, I'm going to discuss why continuous learning is so important as an entrepreneur, and also discuss the latest happenings with my fashion startup, The Lasting Impression. Did we crash and burn this week? Does the company still exist? Am I still an entrepreneur? Find out in a few minutes. Stay tuned. What's up, my fellow entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, and those that are just tagging along for the journey? I'm Mohsin, and welcome to Flashy Knowledge Episode 5. Here in my vlog, Flashy Knowledge, I talk about my entrepreneurship adventures, I talk about what's going on with The Lasting Impression, and just share kind of my development overall, both personally and professionally. If you find value in me sharing my journey, hit that like and subscribe button. Really appreciate the support. Now, I realize in past videos there's a lot of stuff going on. I was talking about highlights, successes, learning opportunities. There's a lot of stuff that was mishmashed together. So I'm going to simplify it, folks. I'm just going to have a section called What's Happening with TLI, and I'll just kind of discuss some of the overall things that we had before, except not kind of split it out in the way it was, because I understand it was kind of daunting and there was a lot of stuff going on. So let's just keep it simple. The new section is just going to be called What's Happening with TLI. So then, what's happening with TLI, and what's happened with TLI this week? As you may recall, I opened a fashion consultant position with the company. I'm proud to say that we have selected the top 3 candidates for interviewing, and we will be holding interviews over the next few days, and hopefully by the end of August we should have a fashion consultant as well. So as you recall, I just hired Alex for our fashion marketing consultant position. So this position is kind of the counter of that. This one's more focused on fashion itself, the outfits and styling. Alex's position is more kind of a hybrid between marketing and style and fashion. So very excited about that. There's not many right now, but those of you who have been visiting our website may notice that we've been going through a major rehaul. I've been looking at other sites. I've been taking Alex's recommendations on a few things. She's done a great job kind of revisiting everything and trying to make it more uniform. So we've been doing some major changes to the website for this past week. We're trying to make it a little bit more uniform, a little bit more clean cut, and not so visually all over the place. So that's going to be going on probably for the next week or so. Both myself and Alex are working on it, and she's actually taken the brunt of the work there. She's done a fantastic job of trying to make the text and the font and everything more uniform. And you know, when I went through and I added a few things recently, she's done a great job of kind of calling out where things match, where they don't, and what she can do to make it better. So the website will be going through redesign over the next few days, maybe a week and a half. Some pretty major stuff's probably going to be going on. So don't be surprised every day if you go to the site there's something new or something changed in there. We're trying to make it look a little bit better, easier to use, and you know, kind of guide customers in the right place so they can get to where they need to get to faster. As far as consultations go, I know I've talked about this for the last few videos. Very excited the fact that we've sent our last edits over to my legal team to make sure that all the terms and conditions are in place for our roadmap when we take people shopping, and making sure all the legal stuff is in place there. So waiting on that to come back. I've actually already built out the area for consultations on the site. I also built out the booking form we're going to be using on Wix. So all that is pretty much ready and set to go. All we're waiting for is the last few edits, and then we will officially be opening up our consultation services, hopefully within the next few days actually, and we'll be able to start testing it and going live with it. Now first and foremost, before we even start the whole consultation process, Alex and I will be going through and testing the entire workflow from Wix to the point where we talk to the customer to ensure that we have a good grasp of everything that entails, all the emails that are kicked off and all the processes that are in between. So we're going to be testing that out over the next few days. Speaking of Alex, we actually just completed our first strategy meeting together, actually a few hours ago. As I mentioned, she's the fashion marketing consultant for The Lasting Impression, and she brings a lot of great marketing experience and passion, and she made a lot of recommendations on the site just from the get-go, and she's got a lot of ideas and thoughts, and I was kind of set on some of the stuff on the website, and mainly because when you're doing something for so long, you're looking at it from your perspective, and you kind of have difficulty thinking on other ways on how to do things, and looking at other perspectives, just because you're so down in the weeds with it. But it was great to have a fresh idea from her side saying, hey, we can change this, we can do that, we can make this uniform. And it just opened up my eyes to so many things. So had a great conversation about not only the website, but about her marketing goals for the company, some of the big picture stuff that she wants to work on to kind of set herself up for success in the future. And also the blog that we plan on starting over the next few weeks. So a lot of exciting stuff, and I really look forward to working with her. She brings a lot of passion and ideas to the company, and that just shows in our meeting. So I had a great, successful first meeting with Alex. So I would say look out for news about the consultation opening up over the next few days. Look out for changes to the website. And you'll probably hear news about a fashion consultant joining the team over the next few days, weeks. So a lot of big stuff coming up. Let's jump to my flashy advice for the week. Folks, my flashy advice for the week is going to be real simple. Keep learning. It's so important to make sure that you are developing yourself every day. Now, I didn't say every week, I didn't say every month or every year, although you should have monthly, weekly, yearly goals. What I mean is every day you should be continuously learning. Now, on the thumbnail, I have some of the books and content that I use to learn and get ideas from, and that's so important. Every day you should, and here's kind of my personal goal. Every day I want to grow at least 1% in mind, body, and business. Okay, now those are just personal to me. All right, doesn't mean you have to follow that exact thing, but at least I have some goals that I want to follow in those key areas. Now, mind, meaning I want to develop myself somehow. Do I read a book? Do I watch content on YouTube that will help progress me as an entrepreneur in the business, whatever, right? So mind, body, could be working out, could be going for a run, could be stretching, could be doing your push-ups, whatever. You want to make sure you're developing your body as well. You got to keep your body functioning and keep it healthy if you want to not be in pain all the time or not feel like crap all the time. And then there's business, right? How do I grow 1% business-wise? It could be something as simple as working on this vlog, or trying something new for this vlog, or a new idea for this vlog, or reading a book related to the business, or watching a video related to the business, or whatever. The ideas are all over the place, and you can pick any one you want. But the point is, you want to, or at least I want to grow 1% business-wise. So I have mind, I have body, I have business. 1% every day. I cannot tell you how many ideas I have gotten from just keeping my eyes open, keeping my mind open to learn from new things. Heck, I can even learn something. I can learn a brand new idea from the simplest YouTube video about either fashion or YouTube or just lighting. For example, this ring light I have up here that's lighting my face and pretty much leaving me blind for 30 minutes after I finish this. That was an idea I got from a YouTube video. And would I have ever had that if I wasn't keeping my mind open, keeping myself curious? No, it wouldn't have happened. This audio video setup I have, all stuff I learned from other people. So if you're closing your mind and you're sitting there and you're binge watching Netflix all day, and you're watching stuff that isn't really helping you in mind, body, or your business, what are you really doing? You're kind of sitting there wasting your time. You're not growing. New ideas will open up as you grow in each of those areas. You don't know the people you're going to meet. You don't know the conversations you will have. You don't know the new sparks of energy you get when you actually are focusing on this growth. I want to say in the last few months, 75% of the ideas that I got from actually developing myself and growing, I got from that 1% growth. And I can't even imagine what would have happened if I wasn't growing. I'd probably have such a limited scope to not just a company, but to myself as an entrepreneur. It would be so limited. I wouldn't have half the ideas. I wouldn't be doing half the things I was doing now if I limited myself in that way. So you got to make sure you keep learning. You got to make sure you are growing, and you got to make sure that you are actively pursuing that growth. Otherwise, don't expect to achieve new levels in your life. It's just not going to be possible because you're going to be closed-minded and you won't have any sparks of anything going on in your head. Now, sure, some of these ideas and some things that you'll come up with as an entrepreneur, yeah, some of them will come from within you, and that's great. That's your own passion, your own energy coming to fruition, and that's awesome. But what I'm saying is that growth, the 1% in each one of the areas, whatever areas you decide, those are just mine, whatever areas you decide, I guarantee you they'll open new doors, they'll open new opportunities, and you will see yourself grow a lot more overall if you actually are paying attention to growth in those areas. So keep learning, folks. Don't forget that. Whether it's books, whether it's videos, whether it's blogs, vlogs, whatever, conversations, mentors, I don't care what it is, just make sure you keep growing to learn. Well, that's it for this week's, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you found value in me sharing my journey with you all and trying to give back to the entrepreneurship community and show you kind of hands-on what an entrepreneur's life is like, hit that like and subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. If you're interested in checking out our website and some of the style kits and kind of, tag along with our journey of the lasting impression, head to yourstylematters.com and you can check out all our content there. If you want to do any collaboration or if you need any advice or any help, whether it's with entrepreneurship or just self-development or whatever it is, feel free to reach out. All my info is in the about me section on YouTube on the channel page. So feel free to hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, or wherever, and I'll definitely reach out to you and give you a hand. Again, I'm doing this to pay it back to the entrepreneurship community, and even for our customers, I want you guys to kind of know, every week how the company is developing for you all. And lastly, I'm gonna leave you with my personal mantra, and that is, don't forget, you gotta take action to get action. Now go out there and make things happen. Don Mohsin out. See you next week. What's up, my fellow entrepreneur? I just spit everywhere.